necessary should not be said. However, I don't know how you define praise, but if I'm talking to my family, my children, I would say things which are the good and also the not good. And if they're good, there's the praise, they learn from it. So I would discuss praise or things which we have achieved or done or how we live a life and which we have practiced in your examples. I would discuss them with my own close ones, the family and very close friends and relatives, but not with that notion of praise for self-glorification or only for matters of understanding and learning. That would be my tip.
Thank you. So instead of having 4 panelists, we are having maybe how many tables we are having? 20 tables. So 24 panelists we are having right now. So the first opinion, I understood it's negative. It is negative. I understood from your point. Okay, can we go to the next table? Akbar Bhai table. Volunteers, please help with the mic.
Inspectors.
We'll come to ladies as well. Like two. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. So, the name of the table is Father of Dust.
Once again, please.
The name of the table is Father of Dust, Abu Turab.
Abdul Jabbar, mashallah.
This is what the participants of Abu Turab are expressing.
Normally, Abu Jabbar is linked with humbleness. So
That's totally in contradiction to what I'm about to say.
So is it good to praise
Some
yourself?
changes. Yeah.
So, I feel we are human beings, and the very logic thing for every human being to do is to be realistic. Yeah? If there is anything that you are good at, okay? Okay, before that, I would like to say who doesn't like praise? Everyone likes praise. Okay? So you done a good job. You love if people want to tell you that you did this correctly, you did this right, bravo. So realistically, everybody loves praise. The fact whether it is good to praise yourself or not is another question. My take on this is, it is good to praise yourself. Why? Because it encourages you to do more good and stay away from evil. Because we know evil does not invite praise. Now, sorry, yes.
Yeah, please.
The next step. When you praise yourself, of course, it should not be with the intention, as we are saying, of self-glorification to an extent which you do not deserve. Okay? So it's good to praise yourself as long as you know and you are aware that whatever good you've been able to do is not you, but it's from God.
Wonderful.
Okay? Another thing, when you praise yourself, you need to keep in mind that praising yourself for something good that you've done is an outward appearance. Okay? But that praise is good if you're going to use it to encourage yourself to purify your soul.
So I understood from your discussion that in some cases it's positive, in some cases negative.
Yes.
Like Hassan. Now we can go towards ladies as well.
Inspector
Volunteers,
Kovi.
can you help us with shifting the mic over there? Oh, they have the mic over there. So this table, please name your table and then tell us whether it is positive or negative to praise yourself, to ask about yourself. I'm having this, I'm having this degree, I'm having this skill. Normally ladies are liking to praise themselves, but still we can hear out.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So, is it okay to praise ourselves? ourselves, it should be a balance.
So your table's name?
Table is Al-Ansar, the wise and the knowledgeable.
The wise and the knowledgeable. Just
Table
to
number 12.
Yeah, just to let all know, this is a very special title. It's not Alim and Hakim, for example. This is a very special title given by Rasulullah to Imam Ali والسلام, directly. And it's a very strange word. It's a very strange word. Later on, maybe they can refer to table 12 after we finish the symposium to understand the words that we are having over there. It's what the real trend meaning is alim and wise, knowledgeable and wise. Yes, your opinion, please.
So praise should be in the context of worshiping Allah. Worshiping Allah. So when you praise yourself, it's a means of self-reflection. It's a means of self-discipline. It's aligning with your journey towards God. And praise should be done so that you're setting an example for the others to be inspired by your actions. So you are among the good doers as well. It is not at all a means of boasting or bragging And one example you can take is when the Prophet himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, praised himself when he said,
Thank you. Answer. So you are positive with regards to praising yourself when it is needed. Okay. Next table, please. I will also, because this table is smaller than me, so I will take time as well. Please stick to maybe 20 to 10 seconds.
So should I take that as a praise?
Yeah. But there should be praising ourselves around.
Okay, our table is table number 16, the manifest truth.
Manifest
Truth.
Al-Haqqul Mubin.
Yes. So as per our table, it depends on the situation. You can praise yourself depending on what the situation you are. And it doesn't have to lead to arrogance or thinking that you are it. And everything comes from Allah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So it's relative, comparative. Thank you. Can we go to the next table as well? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Our table is number 15, champion of heaven.
Part of the
Yes. We were discussing, is it good to praise yourself or not? I don't think there is a right and a wrong or a good and a bad. I think a lot of people have covered it. A balance is very important. And the intention is very important. Who you are praising to, whether it's within yourself or outside in public. Because if you don't praise yourself completely, and if you don't think you are worthy of anything, it will lead to your self-esteem, which is also not good. But if you praise yourself consistently and you keep thinking you're really good, that's a disease of the soul. So balance, and also always remembering, like everybody else has said, nothing we're doing on our own. Everything comes from God.
Thank you, Hassan. So I think with these opinions, we can go towards our panelists to establish the discussion, and then maybe we'll refer back to the tables to have the other opinions as well. I know other tables have prepared their answers as well. So let's come to the panelists and start the discussion with the same question: whether it is okay to praise ourselves or not, and then relate it to the discussion of Imamat in Nahjul Balagha. Who is going to start the discussion?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you can hear me.
Maybe a bit.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. There is nothing
there is anything wrong but praising himself. Of course, it depends on the situation. As far as we are concerned, just connecting to the topic, there are several instances where the Imam himself has undertaken to praise himself, especially with regards to his Prophet, especially with regards to his knowledge, his sagacity, his bravery. He has at umpteen occasions rubbed it in the faces of the hypocrites that actually deserves to be where he is at any particular given moment in time. The only problem is that after 1400 years, the Imam has to give us to keep on defending him from all those years until today. He has to defend himself, or we have to defend him with regards to his rights, his personality. I do not think there is any Imam who probably is almost in this regard. I don't want to digress from the topic, but in general, when it comes to somebody's rights, your own rights, or the acknowledgement of your rights from the public, it would be necessary and probably obligatory for you to ensure that they know what your good is, what are your wrongs, what are your advantages when it comes to your praising yourself. So in that instance, we have the example of Amirul Mu'mineen when it comes to the issue of praising oneself.
Just to announce that we are having 4 panelists over here. 2 are in favor of the idea that Imam Ali ﷺ has presented, defended, justified and explained his position as an Imam. And the 2 panelists are opposing this idea only in front of the people over here for the sake of symposium. Otherwise, all of them are very firm follower of Imam Ali. Just to make the कहते हैं ना मिर्ची डालने के लिए, तो डिस्कशन में मिर्ची डालने के लिए यहाँ पर 2 लोग बैठे हैं who will be opposing, and I hope you are not taking them as the opposers of Imam Ali. Yeah, please, Omar bhai and Wasir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم everyone. In regards to the topic of Imamah and in regards to the topic of if one should praise themselves or not, I feel we're overly fixated on the topic of Imamah. I respect the opinion that my co-panelists put forward, but I feel we're overly fixated on the topic of Imamah. And I feel we should move away from that and maybe discuss the life of Imam Ali and maybe his character and how he helped the people out there. And these are traits and these are things that are universally applicable. But talking about Imam where one sect believes, the other sect doesn't believe about it, it's not benefiting anyone. We'd rather discuss something that's beneficial to everyone. On the other hand, in regards to if one should praise themselves or no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Najm, in verse 53, He mentions that do not praise yourself or do not bring purity to yourself because Allah knows who you are. I can come and I'm a wolf maybe behind the sheep's clothes, and maybe I'm very muttaqi and maybe I'm very that much in front of in front of my family or in front of my friends, in front of the society, and I praise myself that I know this, I'm a good speaker, I'm a good lecturer. And there's no point in me praising myself when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows me. So I feel instead of us fixating our focus on Imamah in itself, I would rather feel that we first think of different characters, different traits of the Imam, let's say, or of ourselves first, and see if it is really ethical for us to praise ourselves. What if this praising leads to a greater sin like arrogance, like pride? Then would you still say that it is ethical and it is good for us to continue praising ourselves?
First I'll ask our panelists to prefer a because I'm also MC I'm going to ask them to keep their answers short and short so that we can get on. In the meantime, as far as this is concerned, the question that was asked whether self-praise is acceptable. According to me, Imam Ali, Bibi Fatima, and the rest of the Imams, and the Prophet himself, of course, more importantly, never praised themselves. They only say what was told to them to say. I do not say of my own will, I am told by God. Therefore, if the Prophet said, Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha, he was told to say that by God. In the same way, if Imam Ali did mention himself, or if Bibi Fatima did mention herself, for example, in Badr, they were not praising themselves, they were merely stating fact. So therefore, it is unacceptable to praise yourself according to me, and that's the Quran says.
So you are having the idea that praising yourself is not good, and even Abbas Ali quoted one ayah from the Quran as well, that praising yourself is not good. That means if Imam Ali would praise himself as an Imam and as someone who's having those fadail, it's not good.
Merely stating fact. If Imam Ali said that I am better than Adam because of this reason, I am better than Musa because of this reason, he was merely stating fact. Because I don't believe that someone like Imam Ali would ever praise himself for glorification.
Okay, now on to the other brothers.
So, I think it's okay to praise oneself, but there needs to be a level of understanding, humility, and that you're guiding others towards the right path. Imam Ali was known for his unparalleled humility, and he would praise himself not out of self-glorification or arrogance, but for specific noble reasons, such as establishing authority and legitimacy.
So, Murtala, can I ask you one question? Maybe I can refer to the other families as well. That's why. You are young. Let's suppose you finish your university, and now you are having a CV in your hand. So, CV is something where you have written, I've done this course, this skill development course, this educational course. And now you want to, and even Abbas, you are also in the same age. So, tomorrow, when after finishing your university, you are going to a company and you want to apply for a job. And let's say we are the owners of the company and we would like to hire you for a managerial job. Now, would you quote the same ayah over there as well? That praise is not good. So, Maulana, you are owner of company, you take me because of my tawazu, because of my humbleness. I am not going to tell you what I am, what skills I am having, what education background I am having. Can you quote the same scenario, the same discourse over there in front of your boss?
So I agree with what my co-opponents mentioned, Brother Kamrar, that it is merely facts. First of all, for example, if someone is appointed as a divinely leader, why would he find the need to assert himself or praise himself for the people to believe? So if, for example, you hire me, you're hiring me because of what's there written on my CV, and you're giving me a post in the managerial hierarchy, that is because you know that what I have put on my CV is based on references.
No, CV is also a part of praise. I'm supposing CV is not being given. CV is praise. See, and it is.
Maulana, CV is mere fact. I finished my O-levels with these many grades. It's fact. It is not praise. I did my university degree in this or business management and stuff. First degree honors is mere fact. It is not self-praise. And that's what I'm trying to say. Same with Imam Ali. Same with everybody, every other person appointed by